Hi everybody, it's the Soap Man and it's Friday and it's time to make some soap. So what we're doing today should be a pretty easy soap. I'm doing a confetti soap. We all get our confetti in different ways, but my way is to have what's left over in the containers after I've poured, and I don't completely scrape them out when I'm pouring, and I pour those into an individual sun and moon mold. And I get a bunch of these, and when they're left over, when I get a bunch of them, I usually chop these up and put them in, suspend them in hot process. But instead, I'm going to shave them down and make confetti soap. Instead of just doing a one color, I'm going to do a 2-layer confetti soap. The bottom soap is going to be black with Nurture Soap's activated charcoal, and I'm going to try to use some of the lighter ones in the black. Then the top layer is going to be Orange Vibrance by Nurture Soap, and I'll try to use some of the darker ones in that. Then I will be fragrancing this with a fragrance I haven't used. It's Nature's Garden Gingered Bergamot. Not use this one. I do not smell any of the citrusy scents in this. Do not smell them at all. Neither does my wife. To me, this has can't even really describe it, but I definitely smell like the patchouli and the sandalwood. I would definitely call this a masculine fragrance, but I think it'll go with these colors. I've never used it. It smells fantastic. I mean, I'm really happy I got the bigger bottle. Not what I was expecting. So I have my lye and my oils cooling, and that's good because I'm going to be a while, because I'm going to have to take all of these and shave them down to turn them into this. Now let's see how well my editing goes. Remember, I'm an amateur equipment. Let's just see. I'm here to make soap. So I'm going to set those aside and bring our lye over here, our oils and our lye. Combine them just to emulsion like I've always done. I'm soaping at about 90 degrees Fahrenheit. There is no water discount because I'm not using titanium dioxide. Although, if this sets up fairly quickly, I'm okay, especially the bottom layer, but we'll see. You can see, so pouring our lye into our oils. Trying so hard to be prepared. I need to split that in two, and I forgot to divide that. Okay. Alright, now let's get this to light emulsification. You can see it. Good enough. Now, what I want to do is get this pretty close to even. Does not have to be exact, but I am going to measure this. So I have approximately half the batter for the top and half for the bottom. 37 ounces in this one container and 37 in the other. That is daggone close, good enough for me. Okay, so let's work on the bottom first, which is going to be the black. And since I want this bottom to set up pretty quickly, I'm not being too terribly cautious with my trace right now. I've never worked with this fragrance, but it got great reviews, and it supposedly does not accelerate. So let me just stir the black in. And let me give it a quick hit with the stick blender to incorporate everything and help start setting up. Put about half of our fragrance in. And if you'll notice, I have a light confetti and a dark confetti, so I'm going to put the light into the dark soap and the dark confetti into the orange soap. And yeah, we're holding up well, very well. Because this is going to have to set up to be able to accept the top layer and hold it. So even stick blending the fragrance in, look how well it's holding up. Very nice. Very nice. So let's get this into our mold while it's nice and fluid. Give it a quick shake, although I don't think it needs it. It is very fluid. And folks, this is so fluid, I'm going to have to shut you down and bring you back in a few minutes. This is going to have to set up. Wow, this fragrance is behaving well. This is what I've just barely emulsified. I've had to stir it a couple of times just to keep it from setting up. Well, this is literally just now starting to get a little bit of thickness to it, but I'm afraid to wait much longer or this will set up so much that I won't be able to do anything with it. So I'm going to try and go ahead and get this mixed up, and hopefully the fragrance will break it up if it's behaving that well, and I'll be very careful pouring on top of this soap. So let me hand stir the color in. Yeah, this is definitely sitting up, and I just barely emulsified this. So it looks like we have a real winner with this fragrance, at least as far as performance. So let me stick this up a little bit. And we unfortunately got air bubbles because it's thick. I'm hoping this will break it up some, maybe. And it is. Yep, it is. Put our embeds into it. That is still jiggly. It's fairly firm, but still jiggly. So I'm going to be really careful because I'm hoping not to break the surface. I'm hoping to get a nice even layer between the two colors. Try to get this where I'm not blocking you when I pour it. And I can see it moving the surface. And we'll just kind of take this and jiggle it out, making it nice and smooth. And there we go. Oh gosh. So, if this fragrance holds up like I think it's going to, we have a real winner with this fragrance. I don't smell the sweet fruity fragrances to it like it supposedly has. I definitely smell the other fragrances like the patchouli and the sandalwood, which I like. But wow, does it behave well. So folks, I'm going to let this sit a few minutes, spray with some alcohol, let it sit 5 more minutes, spray it again, and put it to bed, and I'll see you tomorrow for the cut. Thanks for watching. Bye. And we're back to cut the soap, and it looks pretty neat with all those light colored shreds and that black soap. Of course, shiny glass-like appearance on it. So let's just dive right into it and cut it. See what we have. And that is pretty much what I was expecting. And the fragrance is holding up well, and wow, you all saw the performance on that fragrance. My goodness. So I won't cut the whole log since it's pretty much going to all look the same. I'll just get a few pieces or cut one log. Sorry, I'm having trouble adjusting this. You can see it. I just can't seem to get... There we go. That's better. Now you're in. And yeah, that is pretty much what I expected. So folks, I'll cut the rest of this off camera because it's going to look the same. But thank you all for watching. Y'all have a great week. And I'll see you next week for some more soap. Alright then, bye.